Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is Engineer Khaliqur Rahman and welcome to my channel Civil C. Viewers, in this lecture we are going to study about the project scheduling. So let's start our video. First of all, in project scheduling we have to link the activities by their relationships. So there are three processes of linking the activities and I'll teach you all the three methods, and the best method is, I told you which is the best method and professional method. So the first method by which we are going to link the activities is network diagram. So go to view, show on top, activity network. So this is the work breakdown structure. On the left side you can see that this is the project. If you click on the project, all the work breakdown structure in form of network diagram, activity network diagram has been shown on the screen. So if we click the first preparation phase, you can see on the screen, if you click on the preparation phase, you can see that the only preparation phase activities has been shown. You can change the activities by right click and click on the activity network option. From these options you can change the font, colors, box template. Here fonts and colors you can change it from here. The box template you can change it from here, and the activity network layout you can change anything from here. Network order option, longest on top, shortest on top, you can change it according to your requirement. So you can see that the activities are being arranged in the ascending order. This is 1000, 1010, 100, 1020, 1030. Projects, work start, resource mobilization, site clearance and layout marking. So if it is not arranged in an ascending order, then what to do? You go on view, click on the group and sort, click on the sort. Here you can see that field name already been selected as activity ID. If there is not, then click on it, add button, click on add button, then in the field you can select activity ID, and here this is the ascending, you can see it from here. This is the ascending order, and okay, this is the process. Okay, so by the first method, this is the start of the project. So it has not any predecessor. So this will link from start of this to start of resource mobilization. So this is a milestone. This is start to start. If you want to check the relationship of that activity, you simply click on that, double click on that, and you can see that relationship start to start, and you can see from here. So this is the arrow method, in which you can drag the arrow from relation you want to connect an activity with each other. So the next activity is resource mobilization. Finish to start. This is the finish point and this is the start point, finish to start. If you click on that, you can see that finish to start. Okay, another, you can site clearance and layout marking, finish to start. So this is the first process by which you can link the activity. Okay, these are being linked, and now I will teach you the second method. So these activities for the preparation phase are being linked, and now the activity of the going to link by the second method. So click on the activity and press shift and control and press control and click on the second activity. So right click, here is the link activities, click on that, the activities are being linked. If you click on the this activity and go to journal, you can see that activity has been linked. Click on relationship, from that you can see that in successors the activity are linked with its successor. The activity is 1050, activity 1050, so it is been linked as the relation start to start, because it is also a milestone, and when the block A starts gray structure, the excavation also starts, so it is a start to start relation. So after that, this activity of the excavation, these has two predecessors. This activity has two successors. So click on that, this, click on the activity, control, click on the second activity and right click, link activities. So you can see that 1060 activity has been linked. So click on, also click on 1070 activity, because this activity also the successor activity of the excavation, that is 1050. Right click, link activities. So if you go on, you can see that these two activities 1060 and 1070 has been added as successor activities of the 1050, that is excavation. So moving forward, so this is the process, second process. This is also a time consuming process, but the most professional and the simple process that is being used in the professionally is I am going to teach now. So after that, these two activities are being linked, steel and formwork. So these two successor of these two activities are concrete. So click on the steel activity and here you can see that there is the assign button. You want to assign the successor to the steel fixing and formwork. So assign, what you want to assign is concrete. Steel fixing of foundation is the activity and its successor activities is the concrete of foundation. Click on, double click on that, and also its successor activity of the formwork is what? Concrete. So next, concrete. The concrete has its two successor activities, steel fixing of column and the formwork of the column. So steel fixing of the column and the formwork of the column. So moving forward, steel fixing of the column and formwork of the column, both two have one successor, that is the concrete. Okay, steel fixing of the column, its successor activity is concrete, and formwork of the column that also has the activity as successor concrete. Okay, next activity is concrete. The concrete has its three successors. The activity of concrete has three successors. Number one, the formwork of the ground floor slab. Number two, steel fixing of the ground floor slab. Number three, fixing of electrical conduit ground floor slab. So these three successors of concrete, and these three activities, the formwork, the steel fixing and the conduit electrical, these has the successor as the concrete, that is of ground floor slab. So formwork go to formwork of the ground floor slab, and it has successor activity as a concrete. Click on that. Next, steel fixing, that also has a successor as concrete, and fixing of electrical conduit, that also have the successor activities as concrete. So by you understand these relation, by similar process you can add all the activities of the project. I will add these activities in my time. After adding all these activities, I will come back and tell you about how we proceed further and how we schedule it. So viewers, after linking all the activities of the preparation, construction and the final phase, as you can see, all the activities are being linked. And now, in order to check the network diagram, go on the view, show on top, activity network. Here you can see that this is the first preparation phase and this is the construction phase. See that the activities are being linked. If you want to check it combined, then this diagram will show you all the activities are being connected and linked. So go back to the Gantt chart, and now you are going to schedule it. So go to tools, click on the schedule button and click on the schedule. So okay, you can see that the project has been scheduled and all the activities are being scheduled according to their duration and relationship. So you can see that the total completion days of the project are 110 days, and all the activities with red color are critical. As you can see that the activities of the block A are non-critical, they are being shown in green color, whereas the activity of the block B has been shown with the red color. You can see that the activities of the block B, here some activities are being shown in green color. So what is the reason? The reason is that you can see that this is the activity electrical conduit block B. This is shown in green. Electrical conduit block B. So this is non-critical activity. You can clearly see from here, because total float of this activity is 1 and free float is also 1. So it means that this activity is linked with activity, adjacent activity that completes 1 day later than this activity. That is the activity of plumbing pipes. So the activity of the plumbing pipe block is of 5 days and that of the 4 days, the electrical conduit. So the activity with 5 days is considered as critical. You can see that, and the activity with 4 days is unchecked. The box, and this is the critical column box, and all the activities that are checked are critical. So you can see that this is the reason. So go to view, show on top, activity network. So you can also see the activity network. This is the finishing work of block B. All the activity with red marks, arrows are critical. You can see that this is the activity network diagram. You can clearly see this is the path. 4 days, 3 days, 3 days, and the path here you can see that. So this path is of the gray structure. The arrow, the path following red arrows is the critical path. So this is the network diagram, and now go back to Gantt chart. You can change the relationship of any activity. Suppose if this is the activity, concrete of ground floor slab block B. So if this activity and this activity, brick masonry of ground floor, what is the relationship of these activities? Concrete, this is the finish to start. this activity of quick machinery is of 10 days. Okay, if I change this relation from finish to start to start to start, then what is the impact? It means that when the concrete of the activity block B starts, the brick masonry also starts. Although it is not possible in practical, but I want to show you what impact has been done if we change the relation of the successor activity. So the brick masonry is the successor activity of the concrete of ground floor slab block B. Here I change the relation from finish to start to start to start. So schedule, go to schedule it, and you can see the impact of that change in the total days. The total days has been changed. It will come back to 1 day. So because the concrete activity is of 1 day, that concrete activity has been parallel start to the activity of brick masonry. So that 1 day is minus from the total work. So if I want to change any other activity, you can also change if you want to change the relation. Here I change the relation, finish to start, go to schedule and schedule it. You can see that 110. So and now there is another relation, that is lead and lag between the activities. So lag is the positive interval between two activities, lead is the negative interval, or it means that the time has been overlapped between the time gap is minimized or reduced and it converted into the overlap. So here is the lag. I select any activity in the critical path. Suppose I select the activity ceiling work block B. This is the activity. And the successor of this activity is surface preparation. Okay. Surface preparation has the duration of 3 days. Okay. It means I say that the ceiling work of the block be completed, and due to some requirement and some restriction, the surface preparation for this temper has been delayed 2 days. So we want 2-day delay before the start of the surface preparation. So we put it 2 days now. Okay. Go to schedule. So the total days of this finishing work has been converted into 42 days, and overall impact of the project is 112 days. So 2 days delayed will change it to 0. If I want the same activity to lead or negative lag, it means that if it means that if the change it 2 days earlier, then I will put it -2 and schedule it. You can see that it will start on 2 days earlier, the surface progression, and the overall impact on the project is 2 days less. 2 days less, that will come out to be 108 days. Change it to 0. Okay, so viewers, this is all about today's lecture, and in next lecture we are moving towards the cost estimation. Allah Hafiz.